Yo, it's the Rap Radar Podcast. My name is B-Dot.
Elliot Wilson.
Elliot, we're back in the A.
Back in the A for this man.
Killer from Adamsville.
Newly added third host, man. How y'all doing,
Killer
man?
Mike is here, baby.
Yes, sir.
Happy to be here.
Only because he made a great album. That's the only reason he's here.
I made the best album this year.
That's what.
Set the tone. Set the tone.
That's the truth.
There's a lot of people on the internet that agree with you, Mike.
Because I'm telling the truth, and I don't speak out of turn. I put in the work. I did it the best this year, and that's across genres, across what you think. Like it is absolutely best if you are from the worker class in this country, in particular, worker class man and the women that love him, be it his wife, his lover, his mother, his daughters, nieces. This record is for you. It honors you, honors his legacy. Mm-hmm. So, especially black Atlanta in this city I grew up in.
You're like the Dusty Rhodes of hip hop right now.
Oh, man, that's a super compliment. Hard times, man.
Hard times.
I done been through hard times, man. Hard times when you get laid off in the middle of a pandemic. That's hard times.
That's hard times.
That's why I didn't charge my barbers no booth rent. You know what I mean? We gave grace to the people who lived around, So, man, hard times. That's an honor. I wanted to be.
Yeah, but even with legacy, like literally from the beginning, you obviously a Dungeon family legacy.
Yeah.
First voice we hear is Rico Wade.
Yeah.
Saying that timing is everything.
Yes.
And it just feels like you said with this record, 11 years after rap music, it's kind of your time, right? Like it is your time. Like, why do you think it's lined up that now this is actually, for all you've accomplished, this is your time?
Because I stayed consistent. I put one foot in front of the other every day. Every single day for 20 years. I didn't complain. I didn't hate. I didn't hold envy. I didn't begrudge the
That's
youth.
That's big. Let's sit on that for a minute. That's big to not hold envy and not.
Yeah, I didn't begrudge the youth. I never shitted on nobody. Anybody I fucked, I apologized to. And usually she forgave me and we fucked again. I just stood up.
Did it right.
Yeah, I stood up. And that don't mean it was perfect. That don't mean some message didn't get made. But if I apologized, it was earnest.
But why do you think it came together for this project in such a way that gives you this sort of completion?
Because I think that as I'm on one half of arguably best rap group on earth today, will Run the Jewels. And, a lot of times when people don't want to compete with you, they'll give you a compliment. Hey, man, really, y'all kind of alternative. You know what I'm saying? Like I seen Run DMC in the Fresh Fest. So they were alternative too, because their audience would always look like sugar and salt and pepper together. So I'm coming
Public
from
Enemy, all those groups.
Exactly, PE, NWA. So if that's what you want to give us, okay, cool. We'll do that too. But we're gonna march 20 years from there into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But while we do that, in this Run the Jewels universe, it's like an X-Men universe. There's an origin story to one half of the group, because you never knew him. You knew him in proxy to the people who changed his life and gave him opportunity to change his life and gave him a deal. You knew him in proxy to his friend and rap partner and business partner, with Tip and Grand Hustle. I was so grateful to be able to be given a place for shelter. You knew him in proxy of being, in one half of Run the Jewels, but now you needed to meet Michael, this little 9-year-old buck-2 kid from this side of town where we at in Atlanta, who used to save Coke cans and recycle right around the corner so he could go to Six Flags and go to graffitis and dance with the girls. Then all the white parents from Douglasville start complaining they closed graffitis. So, you know what I mean? But he was just this little kid from this side, man, riding his bike, having an adventure, and y'all never met him. A lot of people say, I never listened to Killer Mike, I never thought, because you never met me. You knew I was a show stealer, and you knew I had bars, and but you didn't seek to know me because you didn't identify anything from you and me. But now with this record, it's impossible for you to be a human being. And like I say, to be from the worker class and turn away from this, because I'm telling our story. This is like Zora Neale Hurston of Muse and Men. The Eyes of Watching God. This is August Wilson. Fences. This is an Arnie Barnes painting. This is art.
I also saw something where you tweeted like you're very proud. Like I used to always say with Chuck D would rap and tell you things and you'd be like, who's he mentioning? Who's this person? And then you do your research like, Shirley Chisholm or type person. Like I feel like there's a lot of that in your album, right, Mike? That you're mentioning all these African-American entrepreneurs that a lot of people don't even know.
Absolutely.
And now we like, who is that person?
Yeah.
Let's look them up.
Yeah, man, that's what I want you to use your Google. When I say Herman J. Russell, I want you to use your Google. When I say Alonzo Hearn, I want you to use Google. John Wesley Dobbs, because what I need you to understand is what I understood growing up. You already good enough. You already competent enough. So walk with the confidence of knowing you can do it. And even if you don't know what you're doing, you gonna figure it out.
Right.
even if you don't know what you're doing. When I mentioned Herman J. Russell, he came up in the slums of the city. When you talk about, because y'all don't know Atlanta. All these folk been giving y'all the, parts of Atlanta. They've been giving y'all Metro Atlanta. Y'all ain't never been to Atlanta. Y'all ain't never been on Simpson Road. Y'all ain't never been in Summer Hill in Peoplestown. When you talk about a slum or a shanty, you know what I mean? That's where my father's family's from. You come out of Summer Hill, you come out of Peoplestown, Herman Russell, one of the poorest parts. It's one of them places they call Buttermilk Bottom. The bottoms, that type stuff. You start hearing stuff like the Bluff. That's where I'm from. I'm from Atlanta. I'm from the West Side. So Herman Russell is a young entrepreneur. He's a kid. He wants to you have to get a license to have a shoe shine box, and he goes and they laugh at him, and the police don't even let him get his license for a shoe shine box. He don't let that stop him. He goes shine shoes anyway. He buy a lot across from the house he grew up in. He buys a lot. Turns out he bought the wrong lot. Well, he bought the right lot, but he thought it was wrong. He thought it was the wrong lot. A white man said, well, this is my lot. Your lot was next door, so you done built on my lot. Wow. He worked out a business deal, ended up getting a lot from the white guy, going to Tuskegee University, hell of an athlete, but he begins to build something. He knows how to do plaster, so he ends up getting bigger plaster jobs. Eventually, we get a mayor in here, Maynard Jackson, who's the son of John Wesley Dobbs. Maynard, I'm gonna do a song called Maynard one day. Y'all remember that. Maynard requires the city to use 29% African American. Whether it's construction or whether it's people that are selling goods and services and products, he requires it. So this gives all these black people who hardworking, who got an opportunity, a chance. So out of Herman Russell building the Russell Empire, you get a man like Noel Khalil. What's Noel Khalil do? Noel Khalil is a person who handles strictly through his company, one half his company, affordable housing, to make sure that people can still afford to live in the city while they're getting themselves together to buy their first homes and things of that nature. That's what he does exclusively. Actually, one of the last things before he died, God bless the dead, was to do a big development under Keisha Lance's bottoms. Well, why is Noel Khalil significant? Well, Noel Khalil just saw fit to see two little boys who used to trap on Bankhead, used to sell dope and all kind of stupid shit, and they became rappers, and then they say, well, we want to be entrepreneurs. He started teaching them about business. They didn't teach you everything, but the stuff he offered helped us grow. Those boys were T.I. and Killer Mike. Well, why is that significant? Well, T.I. just put 143 affordable housing units on Bankhead.
Wow.
Mike's doing the same thing around the corner with less units, and they just bought and are building Bankhead Seafood together. I'm just saying, nigga, where else that happened at? Right. You understand what I'm saying? I got to love Atlanta, nigga. Yeah. We in right now. We in something black on. Black art on the wall. Yes. Everybody behind the camera black, except that one handsome white boy right there. Shouts out to him. No, he got a black girlfriend and beige children at home. Just saying, man, I am walking empowerment. Yeah. Not because I had to go read some books and had to overcome it. No, because I saw it.
Yeah, you saw greatness at a young age.
No, I didn't see success. I saw greatness. See, a lot of black people see success. That's why they try to emulate other people. That's why they want to be somebody else. That's why they'll move to somewhere else. They'll raise your kids amongst other folks. Then it will come time for your prom or your wedding. God damn it, the baby who he brought don't look like mama or daddy. That's not the connection. It's not the same thing. To the greatness. Right. What I saw was common black folks taking care of themselves in their households, helping their neighbors in their community, and having a vibrant community of mixed income black folks, diverse in terms of religion, all types of belief systems, but they were common in that we are in a protracted struggle to make sure that each generation after us can replicate this and grow this.
Right.
I'm from the Collier Heights in Adamsville. Google the Collier Heights. Our mayor now moved to the Collier Heights. See, he grew up in Adamsville. He became mayor. He moved right to the community that was right next door. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
That's Atlanta. That's the difference. I ain't got to go 25 miles outside the city to find my mayor.
You definitely feel the connection with this album. When did you start to make it?
Man, this album started being made when that little 9-year-old buck-toothed boy decided he was going to be a rapper with the horns and the halo. When he started going on all the adventures here. I didn't understand God's journey, and I didn't understand my purpose. I just knew I was like Noah, man. God said, hey, man, it's a hammer over there. I want you to build a boat. Well, what for, man? I said, just build a boat. We'll talk more about it. So the first record on here is 2000, maybe 16, whatever the last year of Obama's presidency is.
Down by Law.
Down by Law.
Down by Law was started then. Wow. And it was just a freestyle. It was just something to get how I was feeling off. So that's how long I've been better than most rappers, right? I put this freestyle down. I don't even finish it, but I have to get it out. Now I go on a 10-year run essentially, or about 8-year run, because it was full 10, so it was about 2 years to run the jewels. I started freestyle. Going to 8-year run where I'm totally focused on what I'm doing.
Building one of the great groups.
Building one of the greatest groups and brands. That is the total goal. And this is, to me, the importance of me having to understand goals and discipline. Because I had wants.
Right.
You know, I had wants to do more, to be recognized, but my focus and my goal was on everything I was pointing to was Run the Jewels. And it still is this expands the Run the Jewels universe. But man, during COVID, I started seeing people die. And this year long, I've been to 9 funerals. Damn. And I started saying, man, if you don't go ahead and let these people know who you are, you're going to die. And they're going to think you was a caricature that this little kid made up. They're not gonna understand why you rap so voraciously. They're not gonna understand. They don't understand the humility because they ain't never been humble. They don't understand the ability to talk on and off the microphone because they don't understand where you're from. So let people know who you are so they can decide, what they think of.
One of the most powerful moments on the album is, Shed Tears, like that third verse, right? Yeah. First of all, you're a third verse killer. That's the secret weapon of the whole album. It's like there's a lot of
that used to be the way it be, right? You waited for the third. Now you be looking for the first. You go, oh man, I got to go first, bro. Nah, bro, you gonna listen to this whole motherfucking record, man.
But talk about that third verse in Shed Tears. I feel like that's such a testimony in its own right.
Every morning in the bathroom mirror, face to face with fate, had to face my fears. It was me. I'm the reason that I failed. That was hell.
Okay, why do you feel, looking at it back on your journey, so many ways you were the reason you failed? Because
if you can't accept self-accountability in it, you always powerless. When my man Cross is wearing my Kill Your Master shirt, people low thinking almost, who want to say, I had got you. They say, oh, you're not taking up arms, rules and governments. Well, we all could have joined in January 6th and did that. Everybody enjoying this. So obviously, your true master is, what are you weak to? What do you succumb to? What am I allowing to control me? You know what I mean? So in that terms of my own behavior, this obviously I like food a little too much. So right around the corner, been taking my butt, working my ass off, 47 pounds down.
Yes, sir.
You have to, in my opinion, find where am I accountable in it. I knew he was lying. I let this nigga lie to me and let this nigga $400. I can't even be mad. He a J. I knew my uncle wasn't gonna pay me my money back. You know what I'm saying? So I can't be mad at my uncle, man. I got this accountability. I knew Unc wasn't coming back. Yeah. I knew I didn't love her. I knew we just made love and we made a baby. And I knew when I left her, it was gonna hurt her and she was gonna use the government to hurt me. So I can't be mad at her. She can't be a bitch all my life and I'm mad. Like, no, man, you knew y'all was just having fun. You know what I'm saying? Right. And you have to, if you find accountability in it, man, it brings such a peace. And it allow you not to step in front of the bullet again. You know.
You did that with Slumber too.
Yeah.
So Slumber touches on that. That's based off a real life situation.
Yeah. I remember, man, one of the most important lessons I learned about giving people grace is when Outkast is at their pinnacle. Dre was like, I'm a pause and I'm gonna try some other things. Big is like, we've had these artists that were on Equipment. We are pivot them to Purple Ribbon as I want to save the day for everyone. Yeah. But man, everybody's day can't be saved because none of us are really saviors. We just being conduits for what we can. And I remember being overly critical in terms of how things were being handled. And I didn't want to stand behind, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And man, I remember calling him in the middle of the night one night when I was independent. I said, oh, sorry, dog. I said, I see. You know what I'm saying? And like by now we done made back up. We super cool. Course, yeah. He say, yeah, I'm trying to tell you. This shit ain't easy. Boy, right? Yeah, you know what I mean? And like a big brother, he said, I really appreciate it. I say, yeah. I said, I can't doubt it. I tell you, I get what you're saying. When you're responsible for other people. And every decision matters. Somebody, man, it can get overwhelming, you know. So I have to accept my accountability in it. Even though I went on a mixtape tirade with the Pledge series, I did my thing. I made sure I didn't die. You know what I'm saying? But I wish I would have understood and given the grace, because then I could have been asking advice. Yeah, it could have been saying, "Hey, can I open for you?" You know, and that's what I loved about making this record. It was times, man, you had to laugh when you wanted to cry. You're like, look at the bullshit. I was on. You know what I mean? And it was a feeling. Like my wife say, I'm finally glad you rapped about her because you was so in love. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I was in high school.
Say, even in Down by Law, like that part about her is like kind of is super powerful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like so you share a lot of your person, like, can you explain like, her important, how she's made you a better man, like the whole.
We made each other better. Yeah. I know it's a lot of suckers on the internet talking a lot of sucker shit in terms of who versus who, but man, I saw two people. Betty and Willie, man, boy, them folk were so good. They were so good. They talk shit to each other every day. Every single day, man. Bert and Betty was gonna say something crazy to each other. And they was gonna argue social things or politics or just how the food should be served. But they loved each other. I remember my grandfather died, 20 years ago, man. Bert got out of here on me. And I remember, man, it was so heavy. I tried to comfort my grandmama and say, hey, I say, Mama, he died fishing. He died doing what he loved. A storm came in and flipped their boat. Wow. And she's sitting on the bed. So I'm here, my wife here. Shayna not even my wife at the time. She's sitting right here, and she said, I said, Mama, well, he died doing what he loved. He loved coming home, too. He loved coming home, sitting right here next to me. Now what you got to say? And I'm just like, ooh, well,
I have nothing more to say.
I have nothing more to say. Because obviously, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I remember crying. And my sister LaShonda, she came up to me. She patted me on my back. She said, well, get it on out today. Because tomorrow, you the head of this family. And 20 years ago, I'm irresponsible. I'm having too much fun, doing too many drugs, and I'm not. And all of a sudden, my sister hit me. It's my little sister, baby. She hit me with that. I'm just like, oh, fuck. It took me the last 20 years or so to get it figured out, but I think I finally got it figured out. So what I try to do in my marriage is emulate what my grandparents had in that. Yeah. They talked shit to each other. They loved and respected each other. I got a partner, man, who calling right from jail right now. Lord knows I want to help bond him out. But until Shay called back and said, hey, let's do it. You know what I mean? I got to pause because I got to confer with her on that because we a partnership. We moving like a team. Yeah. I don't care if you got, for brothers who out there, I don't care if you got 1, 4, or 14. You better have a team. You better have someone you a partnership and then lead with because man, it'll serve your advantage. Yeah. It'll serve your advantage of having peace. It'll serve your advantage in terms of thinking from an alternative perspective, and it'll serve an advantage of somebody watching your 6 o'clock. Making sure.
I saw something where you said you put such a person. She approved you kind of putting so much of a personal investment in getting this project even done. Right?
Yeah, I did it out of my own pocket. I spent over $500,000. I say $500,000 just because I don't want her to remind me. It's close to 6. Yeah. But yeah, we I don't really question her if I see. The account might hit me like, hey man, we seeing money moving. Did you? And Shay told me just like. Whatever she's doing, I mean, I know it ain't. I know she ain't found no nigga and moved to Costa Rica on me. You know what I'm saying? If not, then I'm gonna go meet my brotherhood and what we doing, nigga, you owe me. Have these bags. You know what I'm saying? So shit. Yeah. 3 months later, when she hit me and say, hey, my grandmother's house you bought for me for my birthday, I finished it and I turned it into an Airbnb and I'm going down to Savannah and put all the appliances in it. That's what she's doing right now, So for me, I need that kind of partner. If I leave the dope at the house, I know it's gonna get sold and ain't no money getting stolen. Right. So I appreciate her. I love her for that. And like I say, she got the heart of an Assata Shakur. She militant is Winnie Mandela. When it comes to her and her family, and that's what the fuck this shit about, man. You better have a tribe. You better have somebody that give a fuck about you, and that's what my city is. My neighborhood was a neighborhood. I don't know that blighted shit. It's fucked up. I had some cousins, Lord knows we went to got cousin house in the project, but we came back so humble. Like, mama, yes, we understand. You know what I'm saying? We you know what I mean? You won't get in and push back at us for a couple months. So I know that a lot of my people have went through that, and I laugh and joke, but seriously, I don't want that, but I know a great education counters that. I know a mixed income community where you got Southwest Atlanta, everybody from the last 6, 7 black mayors to the working class person who work for the city, all that. I know that when we can enrich our school zones, all the kids get And I'm not talking about hopefully. I'm talking about what I grew up. What I'm saying in Atlanta is we got to churn the soul.
Yeah.
We got to keep doing this shit, which is why I give you this record. This record is about me in this city growing up together and maturing and the mistakes we've made and the right we've gotten right and how to grow the rights and reduce the wrongs, you know?
The album does feel really autobiographical. And when I was listening to it, I felt like you made this album in the same spirit of Grandma's House.
I fuck with you, what?
You know, off Pledge Allegiance to the Grind. Is that an accurate assessment?
Yeah, well, the energy comes from the same place, but I'm a much better artist now. Grandma's House, I used a sample. It was a song dedicated to Miss Betty, man. My girl,
Betty.
Beatrice, you know what I mean?
Right.
It was, and it was meant, but I didn't cut as deep as I cut on this album. Like what you were seeing there is probably Jackson Pollock the first time he took a canvas and just did that. Now, for those you might not know, Google Jackson Pollock. And see, he only did the style of paint in a couple of years. Yeah. But look at what he did. And you can look at it and you can tell it ain't just the shit you buy rooms to go. You're not just splattering paint. There was intent. So that was my first. And if you look at other work, the way I view sound, that was God in the building. But this record, I said, I'm going to walk out of this motherfucker looking like a painter. I'm going to splatter everything I have. And we're going to shape it, form it, and mold it. And we're not going to stop until it's perfect. And that's what we did. And actually, I can't even say it's perfect as much as they say no artist ever finishes a work of art, you just abandon it. We just worked until we didn't have anything left.
But you brought a gentleman known as No ID, one of the great producers.
Oh, man. Yeah.
You gave him executive producer credit on the record.
Well, he executive produced it.
What was his touches on it? Do you feel like, did he help take it to this level?
I got to give credit to three producers who really influenced me. The Honorable C Note, because he's a goddamn perfectionist. He was like me. Me and his relationship is probably similar to Dre and Snoop. Like, I'm like, what the fuck do you want me to keep saying that one goddamn line for?
Oh, he's like that.
Yeah, he's just like, just trust me. And after you do, it's just like, all right, you're right.
Right.
You know what I mean? But he a fat fly nigga, so I trust him. You know what I'm saying? He like me. So, you know what I mean?
Okay, C-Note. And who's the other two?
Ray Murray, who him
Murray,
and Rick had worked on something, but we never finished it. But Ray walked in there early as we were recording, me and Cuz Lightyear, who's hell of an A&R. Cuz he said, we knew we weren't trying to do Run the Jewels light. So we knew, in terms of sound, we knew where we were chasing, where we were going. We identified it early. Yep. Ray said, what y'all do, it got to be Southern. Distinctly Southern.
Southern, yeah.
And cohesive as the Chronic. And just walked out the room.
Right. Accept the challenge.
And then with Dion, when
No idea.
Cuz Lightyear and I had got the album to the point where I felt like it was probably one of the most amazing mixtapes, solid albums I'd ever heard in my life. We were like, well, it's time to holler at Dion, like see if he got time to do it. Dion said he hadn't recorded, I think, in 8 months because his daughter had just been born.
Yeah.
And then he came out of that and she said he just went crazy, made like 100 beats, but he sent us this beat project to listen to. It was like 30, 40, 50 beats. And me and Cuz just went in. We just went in and started snatching. Like this. And we flew out there and Magic was just on it. Like, you know, I had already, you know, C-Note had started with me down here. Cool and Dre had started with me. So I already had a very rich sound and aspiration where we wanted to go to. Don Cannon. Yes, Cannon had already. But when we got out there to Dion, and then we had the work, not only the work that he had sent, all these other producers, there was such similarity. We knew where we wanted to be in gospel. We knew where we wanted to be in soul. This album very much was a spiritual homecoming for me and the morals I was raised with, you know. And Dion introduced me to professionalism. And what's that? That's when you go get pros. Damo, Gape, Aaron Allen Kane. You know what I mean? When these people start I remember Fouché came in, just like, I remember like, who is she? And why the fuck is she so goddamn good? She just, everybody's bar was
about like background vocalists.
Yes, just
everybody
was a fucking
musician,
sniper.
Yeah.
Everybody was a musician. Nobody came to play, and nobody took themselves so seriously that they weren't playful. So that was just this vibe. That was teamwork. And Dion was less about do this, and this is going to be the outcome, and more about see what'll happen. Yeah. We'll see what the outcome is.
Let's explore.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Let's take it further. You got something great. Let's just take it.
And I love him for it. I love him for it because just like You know what they say, when the student's ready, the teacher will appear, the teacher will teach. And I, after almost 20 years of knowing him and being a friend and aspirationally wanting it, when I was ready, he appeared. And here it is. You know, I'll never make albums the same again. Ever.
How did Dave Chappelle appear on the album?
I mean, that's I wake up like, how the fuck did you get to be friends with Dave Chappelle? Like,
He's on the beginning of Run?
Yes. That was based on a conversation. I went to see him when he played here, and we've grown friends, weirdly enough, and I love it because I was always a fan. And then my friend just talked shit to me after the show, like, you need to run, nigga. You know, nigga be drunk, have a cigarette out, nigga like this. Nigga, you need to run. What the fuck is you doing? These other people around this motherfucker, we want you, we trust you. And I'm just like, you trust me? I'm like, I'm doing drugs with you. And Dave, I'm pretty sure that my wife brought strippers with us. You know what I'm saying? He's like, that doesn't matter. What matters is that people know who you are. You're honest. And it was just a hell of a pep talk. So I asked him to recreate it. And when I do get ready to run for office one day, I'm probably going to use Dave's voice as encouragement. Nigga, get your ass up and run.
Initially, I thought that hook was inspired by that scene in Higher Learning when Ice Cube was saying to Omar Epps' character, like, run, nigga, run.
Nah, it wasn't. It didn't come from that for me.
Oh, okay. Did you change the
I had it for Run Better Run.
Yeah, Run Better Run. I was like, okay.
Yeah. My grandmother would say, for people who think I was like censoring, no, because the Run Nigga Run version is still out there. You can get it. Yeah. But old folk in the South, you know, you don't get whole phrases and say, better run, better run. You know, it just reminded me of Beatrice. So that's why I changed it. It was just.
But what does that statement mean to you when he said nobody asked anyone to be perfect? We just asked people to be honest.
Man, it just reminded me of why my grandfather, who was not pro politician, not pro organized religion, why there were certain men in our community he just respected. You know, everybody knew Hosea Williams could sip a little too much. Mm-hmm. My grandfather didn't give a shit if he got a DUI. He gave a shit that while on city council, he provided something for the citizens in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. So he didn't let propaganda turn him away. And if my grandfather respected you, then I had to respecting you because I respected that man so much. You know what I mean? He was a dropout in the 3rd grade, 8-year-old working at a sawmill to feed his mother and his sisters after his father abandoned him. Like, this is my daily hero. So if that man respected you, if he had reverence for Maynard, then dare I not? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That was it for me. You know.
But you clap back at the critics too, man. Like on Talking the Shit. That's one of my favorite joints.
I was gonna say, why did you decide to do just to black out? Like, we have all these messages. I feel like you just wanted to get your thing off. DJ Paul and just
because they deserve it. Y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't on TV. Y'all didn't win the Emmy. I did. You know what I'm saying? Like ain't nobody watching. Big had Grammys. Ain't nobody watching your little lame ass YouTube channel. Your pro black shit ain't got you. You still buying from white stores. Like, so I say that just to say I don't have anything to say. Y'all words ain't worth no money. I ain't spoke back, bitch. So just go listen to the song. Anytime you want to, like when you want to invite me on your little, this nigga know who I'm talking to. Nigga, anytime you want me to come on your little show, just play my song. That's it. Just play my song because I'm talking to you. Anytime. That's it. I ain't got time for this shit. Didn't nobody give a fuck about me when I was broken on my ass. And that's when I was protesting for Georgia not to kill that boy that out of Savannah. When me and Big Boy was down there, y'all motherfuckers went around here. Where your niggas was then? With Cynthia McKinney and Kalonji, who was organizing right here when they was on the news, telling you after that Katherine Johnson was killed, the police was fucked up. Where your niggas was then? Huh? What your niggas was doing then? It wasn't YouTube and it wasn't monetized. That's all I be saying, man. I ain't tripping. I'm smiling cool. But I'll say, hey, man, help the people that's really doing the work and stop doing what Jerry Springer did to you niggas in the 90s. Arguing back and forth on TV and shit. Al Sharpton and Ennis and shit like that. This shit been done before, man. This monkey ass shit y'all doing. Get quiet. Shut the fuck up. Grow a goddamn garden. Go out with the Black Packers. I'm talking people locally. If you're in Atlanta, go out and learn how to camp. Learn how to start a fire. Learn how to do something. Get quiet. Watch white folks show up and, hey, what do you got going on over there? Nothing. Our church just started a camp at 501c3. Take 20 black boys fishing. Do that. Show them you ain't even got to go to Publix and hope the salmon there. See, that's a longer process. Because now you're talking about my life. Now you're talking about 20 years of investment in a child. Yeah, so I don't want to hear what the fuck they be saying. So I gave them a song. So y'all got your song. So your dogs can go back to your mouth and say, well, he won't say nothing to us. Yeah. I done ended up in Hillary Clinton campaign manager email. But it's important white folk think you dangerous. Right. Got time to be talking to those niggas, man. If I think all the niggas who want to criticize niggas should start a cult and just follow the loudest, craziest nigga on the internet. And y'all go fix all the nigga problems. Y'all niggas got it under control. I'm just rapping, baby. I'm just rapping.
You alluded to in Rich that, you know secrets that some of these Negro leaders never know. What are some of those secrets?
Never know. I knew Dick Gregory. I know some shit y'all niggas ain't gonna never know. And I ain't gonna say because I like niggas. Yeah. Know some shit y'all niggas will never know. Go do the studying. Go back, go listen to what Dick Gregory was saying. Listen to what Paul Mooney was saying. Listen to Noam Chomsky while he's still alive, while you still got him. Go do your studying. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Farrakhan's still alive, which y'all scared to go to the rallies and say, 2 Chainz went up there, pistol phone call, shots out the tit. You know what I'm saying? Man, there's such a wealth of wisdom around you. Yeah. Go seek the wisdom. My granddad told me, stay out of white folk business. But that's what I'm gonna do.
Mentioning Farrakhan, he's on Something for the Junkies, that speech. Did you always watch that on YouTube, or how did you come across that?
I've seen the minister here. I've seen the minister at Mosque 15. I've seen the minister probably since I was 15. Seen Minister Van, Minister Tony. You understand? I've seen Brian X. I've seen black men who went to prison, murderers and savages and thieves and junkies and lowlives. And I've seen one organization turn those men around. Now, I don't practice in the Abrahamic religion, so I don't argue religion. But what I'm talking about in terms of an organization that I've seen produce greatness out of men who were considered trash. Woo! Powerful. I've seen something, man. I get goosebumps talking about it. So for whatever you think of the personality, that's your opinion. I'm going to stay out of white folk business. But in terms of where we standing right now, that part was cleaned up by Al-Islam and the Nation of Islam. And while I'm saying that, free Jamil Al-Amin. And I'm not the only person saying that. Andy Young has said that too. And for those of y'all who don't know, that's H. Rap Brown. Google that. Learn some shit. You get what I'm saying?
There's hip-hop. If FOI was covering Fruit of Islam, there weren't going to be no disturbances.
Wasn't going to be no disturbance. Wasn't going to be no shoot. That's all I'm saying. See, we got the light skin when to say it now. Now, y'all can't.
I felt safe.
That's all I'm saying, man. This album, I want to tell folks too, man, God, but I love my allies. Lord knows. But I need more John Browns now.
Yes, sir.
See, John Brown knew what the mission was, and he was willing to live and die for it. I don't need you from the sidelines telling me what to do and how to be black. You get an opportunity to be a voyeur and to see this. But boy, don't come to my grandma's house telling her how to cook her greens. If you don't eat pork, then baby, find something else to eat. She'll make you a salad,
But as B brought up, Something for the Junkies on its own.
Yeah.
Extremely powerful song, right? We talk about addiction, we talk about these things in rap, but even the perspective, even touching on your aunt and stuff like that. Talk about that song in general. That's been talked about. That subject may have been touched on, but this on its own,
I woke up
is a certain level.
Trout was great, counting my money. I had a quick convo with my auntie, the junkie. I tell her, baby, you've been going too hard lately. See, you like 60. Baby, but you've been looking 80. She said, shit, Michael, I've been smoking since 80. Before the shoes, back when they still called it free base. She closed her eyes, fantasized about time when she was beautiful, fine, and still snorting line. Man.
The imagery is really powerful.
A human being, man.
Yeah.
You can't look at that and laugh at that and say that's a J.
Yeah.
You can't look at that as something beneath you or below you.
Yeah.
Like when I say pay them fair wage and do not treat your people like slaves. Yeah, all that shit we talk. Oh, we reparations and we done. Yeah, but man, how were we when we had power? How were we when we had power? When he asked to cut our yard for $20 and we talked him down to $8. How were we when we had power? When we knew that woman, we knew her. When she was glorious, when we was something, and the minute she was willing to sell her sexuality, we used her. And see, you my age. Fuck what these kids talking about. You talking to them, you mad at them. Remember what you did. And then you're going to have to sit in that fucking mirror and shed them tears because you're going to have to say, I just didn't know no better. And you're going to have to accept your responsibility and give yourself some grace. And then you're going to have to realize I'm an addict. I have addictions. I'm sitting up at the goddamn cigar bar. I'm still drinking. My doctor told me stop drinking. I'm still drinking. I like this. I like the feeling of this. So I'm going there and post every day.
Right.
You know, we all, got some addiction. So we should be giving people grace. And we should demand our lawmakers give people grace. Mr. President, man, I know we're across the street on a lot of things, but man, an executive order, man, to decriminalize marijuana sure would help a lot of kids.
Yeah.
A real sweeping reform bill that helped our prisons become places where the sentences got lower, but they were conducive to learning trades and skills. So instead of giving one 20 years for a nonviolent drug offense, why wouldn't we do 4.5 to 7.5 years with specialized training in a trade?
Yeah.
Right.
That's doable in this country, unless we depend more on private prisons to stay 70% full. So I'm just saying, I'm not a Democrat or Republican.
On the hook.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
But even with back to junkies though, to talk about your aunt's situation, like was that why did you decide?
Well, it's a true story.
Yeah.
It made me feel like a little boy.
Yeah.
I'm talking, how your mama have a friend like an aunt?
Yeah.
Yep.
And might have made 10,000 one weekend. I think I'm bunking. I'm finna be Scarface. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she I think I had a 7-8 cutlass. We out talking and she walking, pretty woman too, like kind of woman. She walk in the room, take the air out of the room on the nigga. So all the dope boys had wanted her, had her, And she said, she was talking. We sitting there talking on, smoking, thinking on the man. And she said, "Shit, give me a wake up." So a wake up would be just like a little piece. Then the hit get started, they'll divert business anyway. Gave me a wake up. I didn't like seeing her, you know what I mean? So she'd tell me to look away, she'd turn. She hit it, and she just kind of, and she just became fully human with me, saying, all y'all niggas buy from the same 3 niggas. So, I'm thinking I'm the dope man. I'm a little boy though. So I done fucked off. Now I'm ashamed. Because a woman in her feminine, it's a power in feminine sexuality. That's why strippers, they niggas sit there, get all tight, you know what I mean? She said, I done fucked off, nigga. She said, I could have I could shop with any of these niggas. She said, I could have the niggas I had. She said, why we shop with you? I'm like, what? She said, I thought I was the man. I had figured it out. She said, because you treat us like we human beings. And she hugged me and kissed me on my cheek and walked away. I just felt like a little boy.
Right.
I just realized I'm a child.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
yes, sir.
and I had to still be probably about 19 or 20, but I'm a child of her.
Right.
I'm the same age I was when she met me. And here she is supplying her. I'm supplying her. So I'm not treat her foul, you know what I mean? But to notice she noticed and to hug you and embrace you like an auntie and kiss you on your cheek. Like, hey, you gonna get this shit figured out one day. So now, when I talk to her, that she got a trucking company and her son worked for her. And she pulled herself out of that shit and she clean.
It's awesome.
Yes, sir.
Another one of my aunties came up out that shit, beautician, daughter, clean.
Dope.
See, these the real stories that I'm seeing. I'm not listening to nobody's opinion on black folk who not black. I'm seeing you succeed. Oh man, I gotta talk about this shit. I know God good.
Right. You got to talk about Fable's performance on that record as
man,
well.
let me tell you, man. We had shots out to my ex-publicist Cliff, man. He left the industry, changed his life, got all healthy, probably meditating and floating and shit. Shots out to Cliff. You know what I mean? He's good with D'Angelo. And I tried to get Jonathan to get me in touch with DMX. So I wanted DMX to put a prayer on it.
Wow.
And God bless the dead, he had passed. He passed on it.
Wow.
But I was trying to get D'Angelo on the record. And this just shows you, when God tell you pick up a hammer, start building a boat, whatever the supply is going to come, they're going to come. The ones that are needed are going to come. I knew I needed another voice on this record for this record to be what I needed it to be. I knew it couldn't just be a rap record. There had to be a soul that had to be brought. And D'Angelo had, and I know he's experienced in terms of lifestyle. I knew he would understand.
Yes, sir.
And he had heard it from what I heard and liked, but it got to be so long. you know, you get in the business now, and the folks like, hey, now, I know it's your passion project, you spent a lot of your money. Now you spending our money, and we got to pay you some money back. So what's up, fat boy? What's up with the song? And I'm standing this steak on you, and New Face walk in. If you guys historian, New Face walk in, and Fabo walk right behind him. And it's like you hear God say, there you go. So I can't go get Al Green from 1973. But Fabo got the soul of Al Green. So I say, Fabo, man, I say, I got something I want you to hear that I think it could be. Wow. He hears it, he comes back the next day, he kills it. We got one comment, go crazy at the end. Don't hold back. Wow. This is not a rap record. And man, he brought a soul. He brought black exploitation. He brought them hot, sweaty Pentecostal churches. He brought, this ain't the Fabo you laughing at. This ain't, this ain't.
You tapped into the other side.
Exactly. Yeah. And he was a voice for the voiceless. And I appreciate him so much.
Nah, it definitely fit, man. It was the perfect.
Come on, man.
Perfect.
I ain't missed yet, man. You said it. I ain't missed yet.
You haven't.
I ain't missed yet.
You haven't.
And this is my wife woke up and she said, hey, happy Resurrection Day. Woo! On the day it dropped.
Yeah.
And I know of people who do believe in Christianity, you're reborn when you get baptized, when you accept Christ in life. So this is to me the start of the next 10 years. Like this is the start of the next 10-year plan. This is not a one-off. This ain't give me my flowers. I want the whole fucking farm. So I'm comfortable to be right back on y'all ass. I'm gonna march into the Grammys. We're gonna walk out with some fucking hardware, and I'm marching.
Even on High and Holy, you have this kind of like repentant spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like this.
My honor to pay you homage and extend the same respect to all your baby mamas.
Right.
The streets is trifle. We carry rifles. Granny carry Bibles. We carry hatred for our rivals. Same as Cain did Abel. Killed his brother because God showed him favor.
Right.
Mankind killed his own savior. Man to kill his neighbor. Man to kill his neighbor. They so he sold.
Rightened up and tightened up.
Of a lesson, God. Yep, I rightened up and tightened up, and God showed me favor. I apologize if I've ever spoke distasteful words in front of elders sitting at the dinner table. I rightened up and tightened up, and God showed me favor. I mean it. I mean it. A lot of y'all kids out there, man, y'all having bad luck, shit fucked up, man. Watch how you act in front of old folks. I don't give a fuck how raw you is, how much stupid shit you into. When old folks come around, tighten up. If you on the train, get up, let the old lady sit down, and watch how God bless you. Watch how you come and leave right before the police come. But you gotta have a good heart, even when you're in the midst of the bullshit. Tighten up, man. Tighten up. My grandma used to tell me that. Tighten up. Tighten up. I remember, man, I was going, I'm going down Martin Luther King. It's a drought. Nigga that I ain't never did no business with. I think I'm trying to pick up a 9 or something from the nigga. A quarter. I'm picking up 9s, 18, 36s, quarter brick, half brick, whole brick. Hey! So I'm picking up a quarter from the nigga. The nigga get to calling me. I say, oh, this ain't, nigga ain't supposed to be. Didn't miss a drought, nigga. I pass by, I see my grandmama van at a little church in Adamville. I still don't even go to that church like that. So I just pop. I said, let me go holler at my grandma. I'm gonna go leave some money with the church, on niggas just figure like I'm gonna run like the Catholics. I'm gonna drop something off. In old time, because 100 years ago, you could drop something off, pay for your seniors, right? I'm trying to run like the 1400 so they had. My grandmama said I took handed the money, but she said motion for me to sit down, so I'm sitting there, and the preacher he preaching, the old ladies, amen, and he say somebody here was going somewhere, and you're not supposed to be going. So now I'm like, man, let me go. Get the fuck out of here. I'm getting up my grandma. She held me now. So I sit there, and man, he called for, basically called for them to pray and get to praying hard and praying around. And I just realized in that moment, man, I was driving to my death. Like, them niggas was gonna kill me. Right. Over just 9 ounces of dope. Like, I'm finna be out here. My greatest fear, man, I done dropped out of Morehouse. I wanna be a musician. I want to be a rapper, and I'm going to fuck around in this dumb-ass street shit and let these stupid-ass niggas kill me because they know I'm not supposed to be here. They know I'm smart enough. They know I ain't getting in nobody's way. They know I'm making some money. I'm helping other folks, but they don't like me.
Because you're different. You really don't belong there.
Really don't belong there. Not like I'm not from the same neighborhood. Not like my mom ain't who she is. For real. Not like I can't, but they know you better than this.
Yes.
And boy, when a nigga know you better than something,
That's tough.
he'll get to resent you.
Yeah.
And he'll get to resent you, and he'll fuck you over because he didn't have the same shots. He didn't have the same opportunities that you wasted. And that's why I'm not wasteful. I appreciate it. I enter each day with gratitude because I know that day was a death day for me. If I had made that decision and not listened to my grandmother's discernment, if I had listened to the Lord speaking through her, I'd be dead as a motherfucker. So for me, I wanted that character because that's my real character. That's who I really am to be shown. Because we never talk about that. You know, I listen to somebody today, boy, they done went through hell and back. But you'll never know it. Listen to the music. My thing is I done been through hell and back. I know you going through hell. So I want you to hear.
But that's what fascinates me with, like, you know, like you, all the years you put in artists like they, like, we used to think back in the day, like, if you're older, you're going to fall off. But you see now the artists get better and better as time goes on. Jay and Nas or you or Royce the 5 9. Like, why do you think it is as you get older? It's like you can tell the stories better with more clarity than you could back then.
You lose that ego and that insecurity. You lose it. You're just who you are. I'm just him. Man, I heard Kane drop a freestyle. Oh, my God. KRS, I'm like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
Like, now the question becomes for me, those of us who are of age, what are we going to be supporting? Are you just going to buy records from the 80s and 90s? Or are you going to say, hey, man, these artists still rapping. Let me see what's happening. And especially at a time when you ain't even got to worry about producing a whole album. Just as an artist, you can put out songs.
You could deliver Andre and he can shut everybody up with one verse, right?
Not me, though. But only L's I'm taking and wearing following. Only L's I'm wearing following my baton.
L's a baton, right?
Yeah, you call it three-way time, but ain't nobody wipe me. That third verse, Michael.
But when it comes to lyricism, you know, you even touched on it a little bit. You said it's underwhelming to be so overly underrated. Yep. And then I thought about the Kendrick Lamar song on Pimp a Butterfly. He said if people really cared about rapping, Killer Mike would be platinum. So I was just curious as to what do you think about your place in the game? And
I think I'm still clawing and scratching and grinding like everybody else. I don't, man. That, you know, when people say legend, I understand it's spoken from a respectful place. I don't identify with being no legend. Legend, son, you heard about, you ain't seen for yourself. I'm playing. I'm in the game.
I'm active.
You got to put your shit next to mine. That's just what it is. You got to put it next to mine, man. I'm here. You know what I mean? And I intend to stay here. So yeah, I appreciate the love, but I appreciate the respect. And this record, you got to respect it.
Yeah.
That's it. Listen, give yourself 53 minutes and sit with this one and see if you don't feel something. Joy, pain, you know, feel like a hero. Feel like, you know what I mean? Feel like a villain on another.
Shed some tears.
Yeah, you gonna shed some tears. And so I don't. You know, again, man, I appreciate y'all appreciate me, man, but I ain't done. You gonna have. I'm gonna give you something else to appreciate right after the Grammys, and something else to appreciate again.
You feel confident. Like 20 years in. Yeah. Like I feel like this is the first time I'm hearing people saying like Killer Mike has the album.
Absolutely, it is.
Right.
And that's why you don't stop chasing it. I told somebody, they said, "What?" I say, "Dog." No, they didn't ask. I say, "Hey, man." I say, "Boy." I've been chasing this well 20 years. This moment. This it.
Right.
This it. And it's the start. This the start. Yeah, this not the end. This the beginning. This ain't no grand closing. This ain't no motherfucking eulogy. I always wanted to do this. Nah. This what the fuck I've been trying to figure out.
Ain't a swan song.
Yeah. What the fuck you see what I do next?
Right.
I got a whole nother 11-minute Drake record y'all ain't even heard, just me and him. I got a record I've held this sample for 12 years. You ain't heard.
Wow.
We recorded 39 records for this. Only used 14. I'm probably gonna drop a deluxe, so you're gonna get some more of that. But yeah, I'm performing at an excellent level. You know, I'm performing the lyrical dexterity of Biggie, but have the work output is Tupac.
Let's say
Can I have that dexterity? Can I have Biggie's lyrical dexterity with Tupac's work ethic? Woo, that's my mission.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm trying to do. To have wordplay that moving, that clever, and output like pop.
So what's the show gonna look like with the revival and the whole situation, man?
It's gonna be a show. It's gonna be a real show.
The tour is about to kick off.
Tour is about to kick off, man.
Yep.
Yeah, we bring you a production. We got the Midnight Revival back there. We got DJ Trackstar back there. DJ Swift, Outkast DJ. Say he's gonna come out and make some days. That's like when you get Cutmaster Swift in there. That's like when you bring the other preacher. You know, when you throw a revival, you bring a guest preacher. Yeah. Because Swift is one of the best DJs in the world, but Swift also musical directs, and he's a hell of a voice. behind them. Swift went to Carver High School. Shouts out to George Washington Carver High School. Not only do they have trades and skills, they had one of the best bands and instruments programs. So again, this is just Atlanta shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know we got in Harlem, we got Malcolm X school, but imagine being in Atlanta, your rival school is, you go to Frederick Douglass, your rival school is Benjamin E. Mays. All your teachers went to Booker T. Washington. Your other rival might be like Carver, C.L. Harper. Like, it's just, man, it's a blessing. Right. It's a blessing
rich in culture,
to have been
rich in.
Yeah, and we have a culture here that other people do not have. And we should be proud of that, Atlanta. Like, I know you like dressing like other folks and pretending you from somewhere else because you from the South, and we just sometimes we had those insecurities, but be proud of who you are. We made something. Our grandparents, a lot of them came from the deeper and more rural South. They came and they made something of this. And it's our job to keep this shit going.
Yeah. How proud are you of this Emmy win? You got the Grammy. You're only 2 away from EGOT status.
Man, I
now,
know,
right?
man. The Emmy for Love and Respect, and I won it for the episode where I was interviewing Bernice King. I just, man, I smile big. I'm so happy. Because I wasn't expecting it. I remember when Scott Carter, he and Bill Maher co-starred or co-founded Politically Incorrect and, Real Time with Bill Maher. He was with him for years. Scott told me when he was there, hey, you need your own show. When he left, he called me like, hey, I got an idea. We should do a show. And Love and Respect came out of that. It is carried in PBS all across the nation. I think we're in 60 to 70% of the markets now. It's an interview style show like Tavis Smiley, Charlie Rose type show. And we won an Emmy for it a couple weeks ago. And, I feel good about it because I wanted to be on TV since I was a kid. I was a kid. I'm in an all black neighborhood, all black everything. So the only way I get to see the outside world is TV. Fred Rogers is an important person in my life. You hear me talk about him a lot because Mr. Rogers was a person that didn't look like the scary people they were talking about. Bob Ross, that type stuff. So man, I wanted to be on television, and public television did a lot of good for me. So getting an opportunity to be on public TV has been an honor. Winning the Emmy is an honor. And I plan to come back and get an armful of Grammys in a few months too.
And you're also on TV as well with Ozarks. You made a cameo.
Yep.
And Dave.
Yep.
We won't get any more.
Shouts out to Dave. Man, shouts out to Lil Dicky, man. Dave, he hit me back with the most amazing album review. He asked me about everything from the mixes to the instrumentation. He is a pure rap nerd, like all of us right here. And I love that, brother. I consider him a friend in that. Being asked to be on television has always been an honor because, again, I want to be on TV. Right when the writer's strike happened, I was developing something cool. So we'll see what happens after the strike. But I want to do cool stuff. You know what I mean? And television is cool. I don't want to stop rapping. I don't want to seek television as I'm like Ice-T. Ice-T been 20-something years on, and he still go out of tour with Body Count. So I'm just like, OG, I want to be like OG. I want to do everything I ever wanted to do.
I thought it was dope, like how the season finale of Ozark ended with Ooh La La. Y'all premiered it on the show, and then you had a cameo on the next season.
Yeah, it's beautiful, man. I have a blessed life. I'll take all the hardship all over again.
Right.
The only way I would trade this is, like I said on Motherless, if God gave her back to me, you can have it all back. Yeah. I work for the city, put on my uniform every morning.
And
no shame.
You and T.I. working together?
Yeah.
Bankhead Seafood, when is that?
Bankhead Seafood up. You drive down Bankhead today, you can see, we just picked the bricks yesterday. But what it's going to look like, the hush puppy is still the same. Straight crack. You know what I mean? I just want to take time to appreciate my friend and appreciate my friends. Like, I look at young Dro. He's running around the city right now helping kids not get involved in bullshit and drugs and stuff. And this is after a long battle, himself and his family, with that, like, drove from Bankhead Courts. Like, when you start to rate how hard shit got, by the time you get to Bankhead Courts, shit was blighted. It was bleak. You know what I mean? Yeah. This man, mama kept them fresh, kept them held head in high honor, and now to see him in the community doing that, and he ain't just like, I used to rap. This motherfucker in the studio rapping his ass off right now too. So being with him and Country and C-Rod, you know what I mean? Like being with the guys who we started young, not knowing what the fuck. Doug, his wife Crystal, and my wife Shay have spearheaded the Bankhead Seafood. They went out and found the funding. They put this shit together. They went to the neighborhood meetings. They head-butted with the people who were coming in gentrifying with opinions, who were pushing legacy people out. So it's just been a battle, and I'm so proud of Crystal and Shay. I'm proud of Tip because he could have said, fuck us, man. Like Tip could have said, fuck Atlanta, and fuck black people, and fuck people who don't believe I'm good, and fuck. And every time he keep doing what his grandparents would have wanted him to do, take care of his community, take care of his side. You know, that's what Cue Ball would have wanted us to do. That's what Charlie Cato would have wanted us to do. And people from Atlanta know who the fuck I'm talking about when I say these names. And if you don't ask, because you can't Google these people. You know, that make me proud to say this is my friend and this is my business partner, because the same little boys who was selling dope, who you said wasn't gonna be shit.
Yeah.
Now the same little boys got 143 units. He got 143 units, affordable housing, so people like us can afford to live there. The same little boys.
And then you do some of the album in the studio that Tip ended up buying too, right?
Yeah. We did some mistake on it, but then Super Sounds is really just like become a recording home for me. Like I just, man, Elliot, again, because when I was on my ass, Brand Hustle, gave me shelter, gave me a place to be, gave me business.
Yes, sir.
So, I just, you repay that loyalty with, but if I'm going to spend some money, I'm going to spend it with.
Right. Yeah,
but
my T.I. owns that studio.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Man,
Michael.
Thank you, Michael.
Man, you know this album. You know this
I think,
shit, man.
6 months in, I'm giving it to Mike.
The B-Dot's list is going. The B-Dot list is about to go.
It's going to make the list. This album made me proud to be an American, man. Like it's
wow.
It's a really good album.
Mission accomplished, man.
If you're not a Killer Mike fan, I think you will be with this project. So.
And I just love, like you said, it's like this is here in our culture. Outside of all you're saying that has substance, even in our culture, like the fact that again we used to put these lines of like this person has a cutoff point of their relevance to us. Nah, that shit is out the window. It's like Killer Mike that shook up 2023.
Fresh as I ever been. Look at it. I got a 16-year-old daughter that called me old man, but she said I ain't never said you ain't cool.
Nah, you the coolest, man. Mike, thank you, brother.
Killer Mike,
man, love and respect, man.
Absolutely. Rap Radar Podcast.
Yeah.